Yes, let's try for the last time. I'm tired. I've been trying since 8:30, and I hope this finally works. Good evening, everyone. Again, those that have been helping me check. I hope this is okay now, and I hope you can hear me. I'm tired, so I'm not gonna pretend at all that I'm not tired because today we're talking about pretending. I'm tired, and I almost want to give up on this stream, but we're here. Let's try one last time and hope that it works. Let me know if you can hear me and you can see me. Thank you for joining me again. Good evening, everyone, and I'm tired. No pretending. We're talking about pretending today, yes? We're talking about the weight of pretending. I have been trying to become online since for the past uh since 8:30, and I have started this stream up to 5 times. And network issues upon issues, and we are here. And I'm not even going to pretend. I think I'm tired, so I'm going to give it my best with my tiredness. Yes. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about the weight of pretending. Like, I am not going to pretend today I'm tired, so let's go. Now, I want you to know that one of the heaviest things that you can do as a person that you can carry. Some of us may think it's failure, but it actually is not. We may think that one of the hardest things to live with is being rejected, but I'll tell you, it's not because the person doesn't like you, or it's not your problem, it's not your fault. Another thing we may think that it's a hard thing to carry as human being is disappointment. But the truth is that yes, disappointments will come in life, but somehow we all most a lot of us pull through. The truth is that one of the heaviest things to carry as a human being is pretending, because pretending is something that you cannot live with forever. There's a limit. It's going to get to a point where you either lose yourself or you either bust. Now, when you start to pretend that you're okay when you're hurting, or feel the need to pretend when you're truly, truly exhausted and tired, you know, when you start to pretend that you're confident when you're actually feeling insecure, some of us pretend that we're happy and we keep telling ourselves that lie in our head when we're actually struggling. So because of that, we don't actually take our time to discover ways where we can actually truly and become happy. Many of us are carrying this invisible. We are afraid to be honest to ourselves, not to be honest to the people around us. It's a sad and a very hard place to be. Now, when we say pretend, what does it actually mean? It simply means that you're showing the world, or you're presenting a version of yourself that does not fully reflect your reality at that time. Now, it happens when there's a gap between who you are showing people and what you're actually experiencing at that moment. And the truth is that some of us even find ourselves pretending knowingly or unknowingly. We don't even realize that we have been pretending for so long. We lose the mark where we move from reality to what is real to what is actually fake. So we have done this so long, for so long, that we are forgetting what it means to actually be our real self. And that is a scary place to be. Think about it. When you don't know who you are, you've pretended so much that you've forgotten where you're coming from or who you are supposed to be. So you don't even have a destination. You're just living your life to please the people around you, to give up an image, to create a persona that is not really real. Now this happens when there's a gap between who you want to be, or who you believe you want to be, and who you actually are. Now let's think about this. Why do people actually feel the need to pretend? Sometimes pretending is actually a defense mechanism from trauma. Some people pretend because they are trying to protect themselves from either something that happened in the past, something that really hurt them, that they build a thick wall around them so that they don't sometimes they don't even they blocked out that experience and they're now living their life based on the experience they wish that had happened. So and you see how dangerous this space can be. You know, you are afraid. So you pretend that you're okay when you're not actually okay. And then that becomes who you are when it is not actually who you are. Are you getting my drift? So yes, sometimes it's not our fault. Sometimes it's not because of what you did. It's not because you're trying to um, lie to the world, but it's actually you trying to protect yourself. So this kind of pretending, you can only heal by deliberately coming out of where you are and healing yourself, doing the work you need to do to become a better version of yourself. You know, speaking about those things, trying to remember those things deliberately, and then moving away from them. Another reason why we pretend is that we are afraid that we're going to be judged. You know, we keep living our lives the way others want us to live it, or what based on what others expect from us. So we are afraid that we are going to be rejected. We are afraid of criticism. We are afraid that if people see who we truly are, we may be embarrassed, or we may appear like we're not strong enough, or like we are, vulnerable. So we create a version of ourselves that feels safer, ah, that feels nicer, and that's a scary place to be. Some of us actually deliberately build this mask, a mask like we are strong. I'll refer to it as a mask of strength. You know, we are become so addicted to being the strong person that we don't give ourselves room to be soft. We don't give ourselves room to, face our struggles, to identify our weaknesses and actually embrace them and, work on them. Because you have to understand and embrace something before you can change it. So you just pretend like you're strong. You notice those people that are always, quick to fight, quick to show themselves, quick to tell you, oh, do you know who I am? Those are actually the very soft people. They are not actually, in most times, as strong as they want you to believe. These people, they help everyone. They're always there for you. They encourage people around them. They support everyone. But yet, deep down inside, they are hurting. And they don't even ask other people for help. They don't know when to go and ask. They don't have the courage to ask other people, to give them advice, for support, because they feel it's a sign of weakness. So a part of them that they shouldn't show anybody. But secretly they are tired. Just like I'm tired right now. Secretly they are overwhelmed. And secretly they actually do need help. So this mask is so easy, the mask to put on, especially because of the advent of social media. We have the mask of success. So social media has made it feel like we all need to appear successful, not necessarily be successful. We have the pressure to show the world that we have arrived. I am living the life. I am this. I am that. And sometimes we do these things so much that our life, our real life, starts to look boring, and we get to the point where we forget what our real life is and strive for what the pretentious self that we've created is, and we've forgotten who we are. And in short, the line is no more there. It doesn't exist anymore. So some people are actually struggling financially and are emotionally drained, mentally exhausted. But however, online they look like, oh, my marriage is perfect, everything is okay. That is what they want people to think. But when they put off the camera and they lie on their bed, is a different story. Why do we do that to ourselves? Honestly, why? Because Honestly, it is a so please give me a few minutes. My laptop is about to die. So let me just plug it in. Um I've been doing this so long, it's about to die. Oh my charger. And I'm gonna give me a few minutes, please. I'm having some issues. Yes, my laptop wants to go. Yep. Uh, where's my charger? Just a few minutes, please. Okay, sorry for that. So where are we? So the truth is that we also wear the mask of confidence. Some people don't actually feel confident, but they want you to have that belief that they are confident. So they have simply become actors, acting like they've got it all figured out, that they are all put together. But the truth is that there's a difference between looking confident and actually being confident. And it's important that we make that distinction. And we also have the mask of happiness. None of us smile. Oh, everything's going fine. Publicly, you see a couple, they're always happy, but at home, they are fighting. You know, at home, there's war. And but they want everybody to see them as if they are the perfect couple or the perfect people. They don't have problems. Now, the truth is that in this situation, the problem is not sadness. The problem is that you believe you are not allowed to be honest about how you feel. Yes, I didn't say you should come and tell the whole world your problem or what you're going through. That's not what I'm saying. But you don't have to carry on like everything is okay, because you have to confront the problem before you can be able to change it. Now, what is the cost of continuously pretending? It's very expensive. We see it as harmless, as it's not going to cause any issues. The truth is that it costs you a lot of emotional energy. It costs you your peace. It costs you your own authenticity. You forget who you are because you've lost the connection between your authentic self and who you're trying to portray. It makes you to even lose your self awareness. The truth is that every mask that you pick up to wear daily requires you to maintain, and that maintenance is costly. Very, very costly. The truth that it's exhausting to keep performing. There's only a limit to how long we can do this. We are not designed as human beings to perform all the time. It is hard. When your life becomes a performance, you become disconnected completely from yourself. And finally, you forget who you are. I don't think it will be a good life if you've forgotten your essence, who you were made to be, in the quest of becoming somebody you are not. Don't be in that space. Many people think confidence means that you look strong. I beg to differ. Real confidence actually means that you're secure enough to stay authentic, to be your real and original self. Confidence actually grows when you stop performing for the cameras and start accepting yourself for who you truly are. This is important. Strength does not mean pretending you are invincible. Strength is actually when you can admit you need help, you can admit you are overwhelmed, you can admit you are discouraged, and get help when you need it. That way you can rise. Even in the Bible, David wrote honestly about his fears, his mistakes, his confusion, and God was able to help him, you know, because God can actually handle honesty. Even ironically, some human beings can actually They may not react the way you have thought in your head. But sometimes we we make decisions for people and think for them. Authenticity, what does it actually look like? I'm not saying you should overshare your problems or tell the whole world all the things that you're going through, The truth is that being authentic means that you're living in alignment with the truth of where you are at a certain time. It means that you're acknowledging your struggles, you're accepting the imperfections you have, and you're embracing growth because all of us are on a growth journey. You're not where you were last year. If you are, then you must be doing something wrong. You're not where you were 2 years ago. Not just about your finance or whatever, but intellectually, you should be better than you yourself. You're on a journey of becoming better than who you were yesterday every day. So being strong, being authentic means that you've acknowledged your struggles, you have accepted them, and then you found a way to make them better or walk through them to get to where you want to go to. Now, I want to ask you these questions. Ask yourself these questions. What am I pretending about? What images am I trying to maintain that are not really true? What am I afraid of? Well, am I afraid that people will discover if they actually know the real me? Who am I when nobody is watching me? Those are hard questions to ask yourself, but trust me, if you can answer those questions, that's the beginning of your growth, the beginning of your healing. Now, what are some practical steps that we can take to stop pretending? Be honest with yourself. Take time to journal honestly. Even if you've not gotten to the point where you can share your journey or your life with other people, start to share it with yourself. Tell yourself the truth in your journal. Start to pray honestly. If you can't do it, talk to God honestly. Don't come to God pompous and with verbose ideas and all. Find safe people around you that you can share your problem with. The even this saying they say that a problem solved is half a problem shared is half solved. It's actually true, but you have to be careful who you're sharing your problems with. So you should be in a space where you have a circle where you can share different problems you have and get solution. Not just with anybody, with people. If you can't even share, find professionals that you can talk to that will help you. Stop comparing yourselves to others because the truth is that when you start doing that, it actually fuels your pretending, it fuels your performance. God invites us to bring our burdens honestly to Him. I want you to say with me this week affirmations. I do not need to pretend to be worthy. I'm allowed to be human. I release the pressure to perform. I choose authenticity over approval. I embrace who I am. I want to say to you, stop trying to impress everyone. Start being honest with yourself. Release the pressure to have it all together because we all do it. Because healing begins when you stop, when pretending ends. Now, to tell you this, the goal is not to look perfect. The goal is not to appear like you're strong. The goal is not to impress people. The goal is for you to be free because if you're pretending you're in a cage, you're locked up. Freedom begins when you stop carrying the weight of pretending. Ah, thank you for finally joining me today. I am Dr. Chimson Ogu, your skin and confidence doctor. I hope you glow truly from inside out. I appreciate you for joining me even after all my ups and downs. Please share, like, and follow, and I'll see you by God's grace same time next week. Yes, and I will share my words of affirmation which you've written down. Thank you, Ma. Bye bye, and have a nice Good night.